Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What's going on? Jessica Juice coming at y'all live. Ain't gonna be here long, but the word gonna be strong. It is 5:01 p.m. coming at y'all live from Whiteville, North Carolina, Columbus County, Southeast region of North Carolina to be exact. And I'm a native of Columbus County, born and raised here in Whiteville. Grew up in the neighborhood, Pinewood subdivision. And just got word that some kind of demonstration was going on right there, Smith Street, HB Moore, Jablonski Moore, and my neighborhood friends grew up at. And my thing of it is, what was the purpose for that? Was it for a photo op? Was it a dog and pony? People in the neighborhood not doing the marching and the forum. So how does people that don't stay in the neighborhood come into the neighborhood, walking or doing some kind of forum? You don't know the issues of the neighborhood because you don't live there. But I understand if you're just there for a photo op. But I'm gonna tell you, an individual that I know, not only him, his family, ELGIN COLLIER, his wife, Shaniqua COLLIER, his father, Mr. Timothy COLLIER. These people love the community, being putting work in from day one. Matter of fact, his father gave me my first job for Parks and Recreation. Mr. ELGIN COLLIER does this from his heart, passionate, open his home up to the kids, to the community. After school program, tutoring. They do this, their own home, money out of his own pocket, coaching the youth, the females, buying baseball gloves for kids in the community out of his own pocket. This is no grant. This is their hard-earned money, their home. Open it up for the kids. So he has my vote for Whiteville City School Board at large. He's the only one with real passion. He's the only one with real solutions. So I'll let him talk to y'all. It's kind of like a little impromptu meet and greet. So y'all want to put a face with a name, and grew up with this young man in the neighborhood. He's one of the only ones I know that has solutions to the problems. And he put his money where his heart is. And I want y'all to remember, love is action, not lip service. This brother here has always been about action. But I'm going to get off the mic and let ELGIN COLLIER say his piece, and we'll get back.
I don't know what I look like, brother. How's everyone doing? All right. I'm gonna sit aside, right? Sorry, it's kind of slick, man. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a blessed Saturday. I'm not gonna be long. I just want to be real brief. I was actually not gonna join the race. I went for a prayer. I'm at home and I got information on the county schools and city schools going through a little something. And myself and my family have been going through a little something. We had a little family accident, and it's just requiring a lot of prayer. It's what is taking place. And I've had the pleasure of, having my mother-in-law with me for the last couple of years, and it's a nursing thing that we're doing, trying to nurse her back to her original self. So with that, it just doesn't take medications. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of stuff from your ancestors, stuff from your roots of your church. To tell you the truth, man, I don't really attend like that, but I get back into how I was born and raised, and that has helped me from the honey to the sea moss, things of that nature, to the garlic for your system. Anyway, to make a long story short, I am here for you. I would like the opportunity. I feel like these other guys have already had the opportunity in some capacity to do better about the people, to do better about the community. And again, I think it's just a slap in the face what you try to pull off today. I'm right there. I'm available. You could have stopped by the house and said, hey, this is what we're doing, you know. But since the beginning, something with that NAACP, man, I'm telling you, it is, hello. I guess it means National Association for the Advancement of Certain People. Because, dude, I go see Curtis Hill, think we have common thing, and pull up to my house and there's a police officer. It's like, brother, but y'all complaining about Jody Green and what he does. So y'all playing the 50. You know, 1 minute you say he's wrong, but then you turn around and call the cops on a black man who just coming to get advice for his daughter who had already been assaulted at Whiteville City Schools. This thing has been covered up. And not only my kid, it happened a few years prior to my kid to another child. Not only that, another administrator. So this whole thing, it needs to be a rinsing. If we're changing out the sheriff, it needs to be a rinsing of the city school board as well. Now, that Richardson, I, I like her. I really do. I think, she's kind of homebred. I'm not sure if it's Taylor City or whatever, but after listening to her, I understand where she's coming from. She doesn't know too much about our community and our kids like that, but that's what we are here for. That's what you're crying about, is having black males there. And you need to have us in the community, excuse me, in your schools, because most of the kids don't have fathers. You might have an uncle you can reach out to. Most of them do not have fathers that are at the home. Most of the mothers send them to school, and it's nothing. It's a getaway. So that's why I suggested those 15 minutes to let the kid kind of unwind before he starts his day. You have no idea what he's gone through his neighborhood, from his peers, from his parents, just what he's going through, he or she is going through. So give them that 15, 20 minutes, a little room. They got the TV on. You might have a little cup of juice. And after that, we're going back to work. We're going in that classroom to show that teacher that we are there to learn. That is it. I've been in this thing for a while. When I got my degree, the first job I got in a wreck, and it really messed me up. So the first job I got was from Mr. Shar Mustaf out of the Take Charge program. He also bought Whiteville City School, or Whiteville High School, their first basketball program, basketball camp from his son Gerard. But man, when I saw what Mr. Shar was doing for those people, it was crazy. When my first time going to a juvenile prison, I broke down and cried. I could not believe that's what it was. I had no idea. My idea was juvenile prison was the boys and girls home. I was just green, I guess. But it took a real toll on me because I was coming from Baltimore, and some kids that we were working with in the youth center had been a drug dealer had burned their house down. They called the Dawson family. You can look it up. And I was working with those kids, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with one of the little boys because he just sat there puzzled every day with a weird look on his face. And one of the officers that was there, he explained to me that he had some problems going on. So my thing is, what are y'all doing about it? But me as a student at the time, we weren't privy to all the information. So to make a long story short, I've been in the trenches, born and raised here in Whiteville. I'm not my parents' favorite kid, So, it's all good, but I'm the one that they call on when it's time to get things done. They know I'm gonna come back with whatever it needs to be done. That they do know that. But I stand on my faith, man, and I wish you guys would. I wish it was really prayer in schools. I wish when people said they were people of God, they believed in Jesus and so forth, that they really demonstrated that, not something underneath. The NAACP, I didn't even know they were in Whiteville, because where were you at when it happened to my wife at work? Where were you at when they took, kicked EJ off the team? Where were you at when they took Sloan's uniform? Where were you at when they banned me from the schools? Come on, y'all. Where have you been? So then when I actually reach out to you, the first guy I reached out to was, who's that? The Amon McKenzie at the car place. He looked at me and was like, well, what did you do? He did nothing for us. Actually begged him to step in and say something or to check with my daughter on the tape, because I said they spliced the video of my daughter being assaulted. And that's true. They did that. Jess Silly of Central Middle School spliced the video. Now, it's not much I can do, but you, the people who knew and know, oh man, come on now. You know better than that. So anyway, to make a long story short, it is time for a cleansing. I'm not going to sit here and bash anyone. I don't have time for that. I need prayer myself, man. Like I said, I'm dealing with where we're trying to actually we don't do a healing, an overall healing, and in the process, you know, you got to be clean yourself when you're trying to do a healing. So that's what it is. I'm asking for you guys' prayers, but listen, I am here for the kids, just so like I was here for the adults. You know, um, we did have a couple unfortunate situations, but hey, I played by your rules. I attended your meetings. I filled out all the paperwork. I got an attorney. I did all this, but you never let the people know this. You hid it and you continue to hide it. So my thing now is you get a chance to drift away like Coleman Barber did and kind of roll up under the scenes, go ahead and drift away. Because I'm gonna stand 10 toes down with my daughter. And if she had lied, then why splice the video? Just why splice the video? And that's just where I'm at. I'm not gonna change. Come hell or high water, whatever you call it, I'm not gonna change that. So it is what it is. I don't really like this whole live thing, but after you pull up in my neighborhood, then what they did, y'all, they sent two little kids to go stick a sign inside my daughter's window. So I take all of that stuff as a threat. My daughter's still having problems with being assaulted after she reported this guy one day, and the next day he actually come and blew his breath on her neck. Nothing from Whiteville City Schools except for Elgin, you're banned. You can't ban me forever. And why do you keep doing that, saying something about some stakeholders? So yes, I'm going to fight each and every 4 years until those people on the school board that were involved are gone. That's just it. I tried to stand there with you. I tried to do it this way, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. But my thing is with you guys is you refuse to really do something for the first thing on Gaskin's thing is what? Budget. Now, if you're about the kids, what you worried about the money for? The money going to be there. Yes or no? Sure. You know, you have my the money's going to be there. But the first thing on your thing is the budget. Really? It's the love of money. See, when you want these kids to succeed, you will help them. You won't have an 18 or 19-year-old kid still in high school. Kids failing 2 times, you know, year to year, back to back, and the mama showing up looking like anything. No, baby. You need to come and go to class with little, whatever you call it, student A. You need to go to first period, second period, lunch, and third period. You know, you need to go on throughout the day. And let the school help you. Probably help you to even be a better parent. It's the same way you have to lean on the church, man. You can lean on this school system because they have to go 12 years to get through it. And the thing is, stop letting them think, man, basketball, football is the thing. Math and sciences are the key. Baseball is your first big ticket.
Amen, bro.
My question is, I hope Brett ain't still working. Why is this dude still working? If I coach any of y'all and you make it pro, hey, look, bro, I'm on your ticket. I'm sorry. That's just how I live because I put my heart into it. You know, so just a little quick thing with B-Wood because that's my classmate. I mean, excuse me, he's a year ahead of me, but that was my teammate for years. You know, he's a dog about his thing. But if he's still working, come on, y'all. Come on now. Man was switch hitting when we was in the 4th, 5th grade. You know, he's still working, you know. And the brother ran out of touchdowns. Like you got Roosevelt's son up there, but you got to have a real man there too. Somebody has a passion for the kids, man. Who will knock on your door, knock on you with, look, bro, we got to talk. You know, we have students suspended. Y'all really got to get us out here because you know there's people who are passionate about it. But because we're not clicked up or we don't belong to this group, you want to push us away? Well, have fun. But never forget what the Bible says. Don't forget what the Bible says. And it covers his people. You know, and you always have a comforter. I know you got these little thugs think they want to be, everybody want to be a gangster, everybody want to be a thug. You know, it's like, come on, fellas. You're sitting on the block for years at a time doing absolutely nothing. You got generations of generations following people doing absolutely nothing. And it actually just twists my. They had a body laying in the street. I'm 47, bro, and I never seen a body laying in the street in Pinewood. They had a body laying in the street. This is abnormal, people. So the outrage is here. And I don't care if they're from wherever they're from, they're still our people. The children are our future. Black, white, Puerto, it does not matter. Now ask your kid this. When my wife coached them at Central Middle School, what did I tell them? It's all about confidence. It's not talent, it's confidence. I had the shortest girl that last year when y'all took the position away from my wife. I had the shortest kid on the team attacking the basketball. That was enough. And guess what her father said? I'm not going to speak on. Guess what her father said? I didn't even know the girl had it in her. I'm just telling you, but I'm not tooting my own. I'm just, it's confidence. I grew up with Don Harrington. I grew up with Steve Koenig. You see what I'm saying? My man Gary Williamson. These guys taught me different sports. Danny Walters. You know, we didn't really get along with Don Harrington later on, but hey, man, the guy made me an all-star. I like him. Hey, that's my man. He's all right with me. You know, and I stood 10 toes down with JB, man. The only two black guys on the baseball team during the all-star season. Dixie Youth. So you have to get our kids back out there versus telling them that, you know, quote unquote, baseball is a white guy sport or something like that. You don't know the history of the Dominican Republic and things like that, where the USA had. Let me not even build on that. What I'm telling you is you have to play. If you can pitch, son, you can pitch. But I need for you guys, girls, and parents to step to that school system with a purpose. Give them 7, 8 hours with a purpose. Be counted, man. Be counted. I took school for granted. One of the craziest things I had was ninth grade. I had no idea what algebra was. I sat in class when it was a hip hop time, and I played and I joked forever. But I had friends that could go to sleep and wake up and get 100. For some reason, it never clicked with me. So I thank God for my teachers being honest. Miss Dottie Hill, I finally passed algebra. It took me, you know, I had to break it down, but I got it. You know, I took algebra and geometry at the same time. You know, Miss Barbara Yates early on, I had to go to extended day. This is what they're not telling you kids. I went to extended day because in ninth grade, I acted a fool. I had no idea what was going on. And I went to Whiteville High and I acted just as silly because they had off-campus lunch. I wanted to hang with all the seniors, you know. So I did what I wanted to do. But on the end of the day, I have failed. I failed in ninth grade, caught back up with my class during my 11th grade year. Because I also failed, guess what? Summer school. How dumb? I mean, you know, I just felt dumb. I'm sorry. But I had, you know, my mother's like, oh, you can't get in any trouble. The rules, you can't get in any trouble. And I had a guy kept poking me with a pencil. And I told my mom, yeah, you poke me one more time, bro. Lord, but I was trying. And I held that. And I ended up holding it to, you know, to my downfall. I failed ninth grade. I had to catch back up with my class. There's a program called Extended Day. Most of my friends got out of school at what, 3:15, something like that. I had a break and had to come back to like 5:30, 5:15. Word. People don't even know that. But my mother held it close. And she made me do it. And that Barbara Yates, man, she was like, you gonna sit up in here, you gonna learn something. You know, we don't always agree, we don't always see eye to eye, but I appreciate her putting that in front of me to turn me on to different things. Like I said, I'm not here to bash nothing. They held us accountable, dog. And that's what you need is accountability. Our kid right now, he doesn't go back to school until January in the regular school system, but is headed to go to NWA. See, that's enough to break that young man down so that he quits and never returns at all. That is not what we want here. That is not what we need. Because though you want all the positions, keep on. They're going to turn around and rob you. Then you looking at me crazy. They're trying to figure out, oh my God, he got a security jacket. No. I don't work for no police. This is for the church. Because now people start walking to the house of prayer and they don't know how to attach to the spirit. So they just do something devilish, I guess, if you will, you know. But let me tell you, man, I mean, I don't want to run off on a tangent, but I grew up to where at 3 o'clock, 3:15, when I got out of school, my grandfather would pull beside hills. And it was mandatory that I got into that truck and went to Walkmore Academy and did their maintenance, cleaned up their toilet paper and tissue and displays. I did that for years. I didn't get to play sports. I didn't get to play sports till the 11th grade. So y'all think Elgin had a silver spoon. Elgin didn't have no silver spoon. It was mandatory. I worked 45 days with nothing. Our biggest thing was to drive granddaddy's car during what you call it, prom night. That was the big. Other than that, you just went to work, bro. You had to work for the family. So what I'm telling you is I love you guys. I do not appreciate the continuance of these. I ain't gonna call them seniors, but the older guys, you know, trying to come to the neighborhood, acting like they about the kids and this, that, and the third. Same thing I told the brothers in the church. You got to be about those kids. Show me you about those kids. You know, put the money down. They say the kids need something here. Let me. If I got $100 in my pocket, here you got the $100. Go do something with the kids. It don't have to be me. It can't be me. I'm busy. But you need to make sure that they know something else is out there besides Hills, 2 Burger Kings, 2 McDonald's, traffic, you know, the fair every blue moon. You know, take these kids to different events, man. Take these kids out of town. You know, I have no quarrel with Ernie Gaskins. I don't like him being a snake, but I peeped it a long time ago. You know, so God bless him. You see, I mean, it'll take, hey, man, like Job, he'll rip your whole everything from you. But I thank God for it. Thank God for the opportunity. But like I said, I was home trying to make sure the neighbors had a car, you know, just serving the people as I do. And all of a sudden my name pops up. You know, I just went to a prayer. I get a call from a lady telling me something I didn't do about an election 4 years ago. See, things like that agitate me. So then I decided to look into it. Then you call my name at the Brunswick Walker again. So it's like, okay, let's see what's going on. But as soon as something happens, you don't give me the information. You take my name off the Democratic ticket. You start hollering about this person sabotaging this person. Let me tell you something. If God be for you, you people, trust and believe. When they took my son's uniform, I told him, now when you get a chance to make a decision, son, you make it. That's why he walked away from the football team during his senior year. Because there's no need a chance in your brain or a chance in your body for some coach who doesn't really care for you. So I made him think about that, his future. I thank God for it. It's not my doing, grace and mercy. Same thing with my daughter. You guys did her wrong. She's still traumatized. You guys need to remove yourselves from the situation. I don't want to call you out. Just remove yourselves, man. I thank God I'm just not able to hug my daughter as like last year sometime. I mean, it was really a bad experience, the whole court fiasco, the whole thing. And then you guys know what's up. You still looking sideways. And even when I go to you for help, hey, can my daughter sit here for 2 hours? Can she do this? She's 21 years old. And this is how you do black women to a young black lady? Bro, let me get off of this. How you get me up off of this? But I thank y'all. You can play the games if you want to. God be the glory. My nose looks big up this tree. My nose looks big, y'all. It's all good, though. We get